Texas to tip off our Saturday showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. A Big 12 battle between the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. We're expecting a sellout crowd here in Lubbock for good reason. These two teams both made the Elite Eight a year ago. Those tournament runs on the back of some terrific defense, and they've carried those strong defensive performances into this season. Both teams in the top 10 in scoring defense. We are so glad to have you in here today for a Big 12 battle alongside Reed Geddes. I'm Jay Alter, and Reed, when you look at these two teams, the offensive numbers, they are going to be at a premium today. So who do you expect to take over on that side of the court?
It's going to be Jared Culver. And listen, this is a kid.
So we go back to Connor Mackey and Noah Rack. This time, Noah Rack beats Mackey. Only his third face-off win of the day, and it leads to a goal. Buddy Carr, instant offense, and UMass is back within one. Tulane riding a 2-game winning streak into today's contest, looking for their first 3-game winning streak since they've joined the American Conference. And boy, this is a team that's been starved for the postseason. Only 2 trips to a bowl since that undefeated season in 1998. So a win today would go a long way, brings them back to 500 at 5-5. And 2 games to play to try and get that bowl eligibility. McMillan passing on first down. It's caught. Darnell Mooney again. Right down Bourbon Street into the end zone. 79 yards. Duke has numbers. To Gutterding. Winds up and scores. Justin Gutterding. Goal number 47 on the season. And the Blue Devils have their first lead of the day. Plenty of time for McMarion. Here's a deep shot. It's caught. Keyshawn Johnson strikes again.
Johnson's going to just run a straight seam route in between the 2 deep defenders, and it's a perfect throw. This one, McMarion didn't put a lot of air under. He just shot it right down the seam perfectly into number 3.
It's a pickup of 37 yards for Keyshawn Johnson as he continues to close in as the all-time leading receiver in Fresno State history. He needed 128 coming into the game. He's got 100. McMarion again goes deep. There he is! Keyshawn Johnson into the end zone. And on that play, not only a touchdown, but Keyshawn Johnson now the all-time leading receiver in a Bulldog uniform.
This is where their veteran presence, where their inside presence is going to make the difference.
Crowd continuing to impact this game. 0 for 2 from the line. Bear again. How about it? And Iowa goes in front. Back-to-back threes for Nick Bear. Timeout Pittsburgh. Kyler Murray, an Under Armour All-American. Who will join that list of stars? Maybe somebody on the field today. And we are so happy to be joining you today. Alongside ESPN's recruiting coordinators, Tom Luginbill, Craig Hawbert, I'm Jay Alter. Tom, we know these guys are talented. That's why they're on the field today. What are you hoping to take away from observing these guys throughout practice this week and on the field tonight?
I always like to investigate all the things that have nothing to do with physical.
Here in Crimson Tide Country, all eyes are typically on the Heisman frontrunner, Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. But tonight, the lights shine on his 4-star little brother, Taulia, as his Thompson Warriors take on fellow Bama quarterback commit Paul Tyson and Hewitt Trussville. Both guys leading a star-studded matchup. Looking to carve up some defenses, too. It's coming your way next on ESPN2.
3 touchdowns on the final 10 offensive plays of the first half. Carried a lot of momentum into the second half. And now on their opening drive, a 3rd and 3 inside the red zone. They go right back to the run game. Shadrick Bird shedding tacklers and bulldozing into the end zone. And just like that, it's a 1-score game. Thompson right back in it after being down 28-0. Bill Snyder and Kansas State an opportunity to put this game out of reach. Right now leading by 12, but a first and goal from inside the 5. Comfortable 18-6 lead. He's Mike Golick Jr. I'm Jay Alter. A Big 12 battle. We told you bowl implications on the line. Kansas State, they needed to win today and win next week at Iowa State. Texas Tech, they've been sitting at 5 wins for the last 4 weeks. A 3-game losing streak that, as every minute goes by, looks like it could be extended to a 4-game losing streak.
Kansas State relishing the opportunity to lean on these guys as the minutes in the fourth quarter and the seconds tick away. This offensive line, you could see them fired up in the huddle on the sideline during that last stoppage.
Thompson kept it. Somehow got it back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a heck of an effort from the redshirt sophomore because he was totally blown up in the backfield. Tony Jones just could not wrap him up. And Cliff Kingsbury takes a timeout. That's the first timeout used in this second half. Cliff Kingsbury, a lot of pressure coming into this game. A 3-game losing streak. You've been stuck at that 5-win total for now a month. The seat certainly gets hotter with a performance like this on the road.
And it's not just the losing, but it's how in this game. You're supposed to be a program built on the back of otherworldly offense. You came into this game an overwhelming favor, at least by our FPI, which had them at a 75% chance of winning this game. But ultimately, you come out here, I mean, it's the 30 for 30 boys. What if I told you that a Texas Tech team was going to come down to Manhattan, Kansas, and have 6 points on the board with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter? You'd think I was crazy, but you'd also think that that seat is really heating up for Cliff Kingsbury. And going into this, I didn't think that's the right decision. I think this is a guy who's had a lot of banged-up quarterbacks during his time here, who still produced offensively in a way you need, and has struggled to play defense in a conference where talk to David Gibbs, their D coordinator, who's been around at the NFL level, who's coached in every conference. He said, you're facing NFL quarterbacks and wide receiver talent every week. The play callers, the tempo, it's just different around here. But when the seat's hot, a loss like this really puts pressure in the wrong places.
They go right up the middle. Justin Silman, nowhere to really run with it. That Texas Tech defensive front, they've anchored this defense this entire game. Another stop to set up a 3rd and goal as Kingsbury burns another timeout. 1 remaining for Texas Tech.
Roger Washington and company, in the early going to this game, really bowed up. This was supposed to be the strength of Kansas State at the beginning of this game. Texas Tech, they put another defender down in the box, but they challenged their guys up front and they stepped up to it. But the offense, this defense has prided itself on giving Cliff and the offense chances to go and win the game. They gave them enough chances early and the offense spit the bit.
It's too bad for Texas Tech because this team ranked in the top 25 at the beginning of the season after a hot 3-1 start. They looked like they had the best freshman quarterback in the entire country with Alan Bowman. And then an injury sustained during that West Virginia game just really started to spiral this season. And it is climaxing here on the road, trailing by 12. Needing a stop on this 3rd and goal to stay alive in this game. From the 5-yard line, Thompson, he's going to throw it. Dalton Reisner into the end zone. The 3-time captain closes out a Kansas State win. I can't think of a better senior day moment than that one by the 3-time captain, Dalton Reisner.
Jay, when every fat kid is born, we're born with a dream.
Play is under further review.
We are born with a dream that one day the football gods will allow us to have that moment that every other fat kid around watching this in an O-line room in America can hold tight to the dream that we too can taste the sweet, sweet nectar of the end zone. And Dalton Reisner, your 3-time captain, what a deserving recipient. The Heisman Trophy Committee, pay attention.
Dalton, the middle son of 5 boys from the small town of Wiggins, Colorado. Graduating class of 28 kids in Wiggins. Didn't think he would get an opportunity. Nobody would find him to play at the Division I level. And after starting on this offensive line for 4 years, this is how he closes the home chapter here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
We all held our breath in that moment right there. Soft hands.
Just a few seconds into the second quarter, Ryan Boyle, Jay Alter with you, opening our 8-game slate on ESPNU of this men's lacrosse tournament first round. Yale coming out of the timeout with a 1-goal lead. Ryan, what has stood out so far between these two teams to you?
I think the faceoffs. Mackey playing much better than he did the first time. Rack really had the better of him. So significant advantage there for Yale in the first quarter.
Yeah, Rack got Mackey in that February meeting 16-9 from the faceoff X. Now it's 7-2. Great shot from Mac Gaudette. Some high heat that rose and didn't get into the stick of Sean Scanoni. Scanoni, he's had a lot thrown at him. He's made a couple of saves, but it's worth repeating. He is the hottest goaltender in the country right now. Save percentage at 73% in the last 6 games. You know how important goalie play is in this tournament. Almost tested here. Jack Ty decides not to fire.
Great rotation there by UMass. Again, adjacent slides. They do not want to leave number 44 in the middle.
Here's Ben Reeves. 1 goal today. Curling around the cage. Saved by Scanoni. Read it beautifully to deny the senior Tewaaraton finalist.
Scanoni, big guy, takes up a lot of the cage, but underrated hands. Very quick, very explosive.
Reeves says, I'll try this again. This time passes off. Back to Jack Ty. Junior's got 30 goals to his name this season. Joe Sessa cut off. Right back to Reeves. Classic case of thought about the shot before he had the catch. John Dana jealous, a turnover.
But I think so far UMass defensively is doing a pretty good job on Reeves. You saw Marino help there. Philpott earlier. They want to get the ball out of his stick, make him into a feeder.
UMass sloppy on their side of the ball, and Jack Starr can break quickly if he wants to, the freshman goalkeeper for Yale. Watch out from behind. Ball's loose. We're tied at 4. Chris Connolly. A scoop and score. Jack Starr, the Yale goalkeeper, just did not see him coming like a quarterback in the pocket. Hit from the blind side. Connolly